Imagine a world where a simple infection could be a death sentence for a newborn. That's the grim reality of sepsis, and antibiotic resistance is making it even worse. But a groundbreaking trial is offering a beacon of hope, using forgotten drugs to combat this deadly threat. Just a stone's throw from the idyllic Kenyan coast, where tourists bask in the sun, a dedicated team is rewriting the rules of newborn care. This isn't your typical holiday scene. It's the front line of a battle against antibiotic-resistant sepsis. The NeoSep1 trial, a pioneering initiative, is meticulously testing different combinations of existing antibiotics to find the most effective and safest way to treat sepsis in newborns. One of the key centers driving this crucial research is the Kemri Wellcome Trust Research Program, KWTRP, in Kilifi, Kenya. You can explore more about the initial stages of the trial here. https://healthpolicy-watch.news/first-newborn-recruited-for-new-sepsis-study. https://healthpolicy-watch.news/first-newborn-recruited-for-new-sepsis-study. Why are newborns so vulnerable? Their immune systems are still developing, making them easy targets for dangerous pathogens. Sepsis, a life-threatening infection, claims the lives of an estimated 800,000 newborns globally each year. You can find detailed statistics here. https://www.sciencedirect.com/science/article/abs/pi/s014067362400491 https://www.science-article/abs/pi/s014067362400491. In Africa, it's an even more devastating crisis, accounting for a staggering 28% of all newborn deaths. https://www.frontiersn.org/journals/pediatrics/articles/103389/fped 2023.11842005/full?. https://www.frontiersn.org/journals/pediatrics/articles/103389/fped 2023.11842005/full?. The tragedy is that many of these deaths are preventable. The antibiotics we've relied on for years are simply no longer working. The bacteria have evolved, developing resistance to these drugs. This antimicrobial resistance, AMR, is responsible for as many as 214,000 newborn deaths worldwide annually. More concerning data can be found here. https://journals.plos.org/PLOS-medicine/article?markid=1011371/journal.pmd@1004179 https://journals.plos.org/PLOS-medicine/article?markid=1011371/journal.pmd@1004179 NeoSep1, spearheaded by the Global Antibiotic Research and Development Partnership, GRDP, is tackling this crisis head-on. The strategy? To test new combinations of existing antibiotics and compare them to the current standard treatments for neonatal sepsis. A 2023 GRDP study revealed a shocking truth. Over 200 different antibiotic combinations are currently used to treat neonatal sepsis around the world. https://journals.plos.org/PLOS-medicine/article?markid=1011371/journal.pmd@1004179 https://journals.plos.org/PLOS-medicine/article?markid=1004179 article question mark ID =10 1371 journal the PMED 1004179. Sally Ellis, the project leader of GARP's Children's Antibiotics Program, points out that this overuse of varied antibiotics actually fuels antibiotic resistance. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this wide variation a sign of desperate measures in the face of limited options, or a contributing factor to the problem? In the initial phase, NeoSep1 research teams determined the correct dosages for 3 new combinations of existing antibiotics. They also identified 5 other regimens that are either recommended for treating neonatal sepsis or commonly used in hospitals globally. Ultimately, they narrowed down the options to 8 promising combinations. Christina Obiero, the principal investigator of the trial at Kilifi County Hospital, shares her excitement. We were thrilled to confirm that the dosages we were using are both safe and effective. Now, in the second phase, these treatments will be used to combat sepsis in newborns. Ellis explains that the study takes a multi-pronged approach. Our goals are to refine the dosing information for each antibiotic combination, identify the specific organisms causing the infection, and discover potential new treatment options, she says. The trial is being conducted across 8 countries. South Africa, https://www.theguardian.com/world/Africa, https://theguardian.com/world/Africa, Kenya, Ghana, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Malaysia, and Vietnam. By 2029, it aims to enroll 3,000 babies, including 600 infants up to 28 days old at 3 Kenyan clinics in Mombasa, Nairobi, and Kilifi. And this is the part most people miss. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of this research, involving several international partners, https://guardian.org/landmark clinical trial for improving treatment options for newborns with sepsis to include 9 countries/ https://guardian.org/landmark clinical trial for improving treatment options for newborns with sepsis to include 9 countries/ is the inclusion of 2 antibiotics that have been around for decades but have never been used in Africa to treat sepsis: fosfomycin and flomoxef. These drugs were developed in the 1970s and 1980s, Ellis explains. Fosfomycin is widely used in Europe, primarily for urinary tract infections, but increasingly as part of combination therapies for difficult-to-treat infections. Flomoxef is another older drug, used almost exclusively in East Asia. Developing new antibiotics is a costly and time-consuming process, leaving few treatment options for newborns. Now that fosfomycin and flomoxef are generic, they are much more affordable. https://www.theguardian.com/news/APR/09/y-do-new-medicines-cost- so much and what can we do about it. https://www.theguardian.com/news/2018/APR/09/y-do-new-medicines-cost- so much and what can we do about it. We're essentially repurposing them to treat sepsis, Obiero says. Alexander Makazi, the study coordinator of NeoSep1 at the Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI, explains the testing process. To understand how the 8 combinations reacted against different bacteria, including first and second-line treatments, as well as newer options like fosfomycin paired with flomoxef, we exposed the bacteria to a panel of different antibiotics. If the bacteria was unable to spread, we knew that it was being killed by that specific drug. Prompt identification and administration of the correct treatment is paramount for the KEMRI team. Sepsis, https://www.theguardian.com/society/sepsis, https://www.theguardian.com/society/sepsis, can develop rapidly, and a newborn's condition can deteriorate within seconds, making a swift response and immediate initiation